Okay, good morning. This is Dr. Rajendra Moria, and today we are here to discuss about principles of training and pruning. What is a training? So, actually, training is a relative new practice in which tree growth is directed, guide, shape, and form. So, basically, training and pruning both are very important for fruit plants as well as for ornamental plants. So we can say especially in fruit plants or ornamental plants, either the evergreen or deciduous. So training is basically we do for to give the desirable shape and form. So it requires at initial stage. Why we need tree training? So these are the main reasons of tree training. Number one, to give desirable shape or to develop good framework. So I mean the in fruit plants to develop the good framework, strong framework. So plants at during the economic production stage, fruit plants will be able to bear the fruit loads. Retain, so in training, number two, retain 3-4 scaffold branches for strengthening the plants. So just I told you training is required at initial stage. So in this we have to retain the 3-4 scaffold branches in all directions. So we can see the load of that tree can divert in all directions. So plant will be stable. Or if we will allow only in single side, then during the storm or heavy winds, that chances of that plant will held down. Number three, trees capable to bear fruit loads during fruiting period. So this is the main objective of this. Number four, most essential at initial second or third years, or we can say the most essential at initial 2-3 years, or we can say at younger stage. Number five, to direct the tree growth and minimize cutting. Number six, efficient and desirable way to develop form and structure of a tree. So these are the important reasons of training. Types of tree training systems. So we can say tree training system is three types: central leader system, base or open system, and modified central leader system. So first we should understand the tree structure. So you are looking here the root zone area, that is the underground, and this one is the soil line. And just above the soil line or soil surface is graft union. So above that you can see these are the scaffold branches, lateral branches, and this one is the main tree trunk. And this main tree trunk is growing continuously. So this one is the central leader. And on the lateral branches bears the leaves, spurs, buds, etc. So all are very important. And which part, how much we have to remove, all these things we will discuss. So in this, on this slide, you are looking the three images. So this one is the training system, fruit tree training system. So in this one, left side, first one is the open base system, and last one, right side, that is the central leader system. Because in this one, the central axis is growing vertically, and in center one, that is the mixture of both open base as well as the central leader system. So this one is known as modified central leader system. So on this slide, you can see the side and top view of trained trees. So top one, you can see the top views. So top views, in left side, you can see the central leader system, and right side is the open center system. So in top one, we can see the, if we will see the from top side, then we can see tree looks in this form. And bottom one, that is the side view. So left side is the central leader system, and right side the open center or open base center training system. So now is the, what is tree pruning? So pruning is different thing. So we can say pruning is the removal of a portion of a tree to correct or maintain tree structure. So I told you training that is required at initial 2 3 years, or we can say at younger age. So that is very important at initial stage. But tree pruning is required at later stage. In this one, just you have read the removal of portion of a tree to correct or maintain tree structure. So we can include two type of plants, deciduous and evergreen. So for deciduous fruit trees, pruning is most essential, and that we do during the dormancy season. So we can see the when enter in dormant condition, at that stage we do pruning. Or in case of the evergreen trees, no need. But we have to remove the dead, dry, or diseased branches. So we can say pruning is most important, especially in case of the deciduous fruit trees like grape, pear, or we can say the temperate fruit trees like apple, pear, peach, plum, almond, etc. So in these plants, pruning is very important, because in these plants, flowering and fruiting occurs only on new shoots, new branches. So why we need tree pruning? Reasons. Number one, to maintain the vigor and health of tree. So pruning is required to maintain tree vigor and health. Second, to remove the dry, dead, diseased branches, because due to this is ugly looking of that plant and also affect the production and quality of fruits. Number three, open the tree for light and air penetration. So for example, sometimes tree canopy is too dense, so no proper light and air penetration. So no proper light and air penetration inside, that will affect the flowering and production as well as the quality of fruits. Number four, most essential at later stage during fruit bearing stage. Then number five, to increase the yield and quality of fruits. So no doubt pruning increase the yield as well as the quality of fruits. So pruning is very important. Number six, efficient and desirable way to develop of trees. Like us, if we do the hair cuttings properly on time, then health of our hair is good. Or if no haircut on time, then we will see the problems of shedding hair drops, and we can see the dryness of hairs, etc. So similar like that, if we are doing the properly tree pruning, then we can see the efficient and desirable way to develop good health and longevity of tree. So it will increase the economic life of fruit trees. Pruning objectives: reduce the potential for tree or branch failure, providing clearance, reduce shade and wind resistance. So I mean the pruning, we have to reduce the load of canopy, or we can say the be open, so light and air easily penetrate inside. So it will reduce the shade as well as is good for wind resistance. Maintain tree health. So no doubt pruning also increase the tree health and also increase the longevity of the fruit trees. Influence flower and fruit production. Definitely pruning improve the flowering and fruiting in fruit plants, improving view appearance and improve the aesthetics. So aesthetic value is also plays very important. Reasons for tree pruning: safety, health, and aesthetics. Safety means, for example, we have tall trees near our building. So during the wind storm, or we can say the high wind velocity, or during the rainy seasons, so canopy of tree, branches, leaves, etc. Due to rainwater, load is increased. And when is heavy winds, so that plant can fall down on the building and that can damage the building. So for safety point of view, we can reduce the weight of that plant. So pruning is very important. Or second one is the health. So for example, in pruning, we are removing the diseased branch, dry branches, dead branches, then it will show the health, so that will increase the longevity of tree. And aesthetics, That is the for ornamental plants, because due to training and pruning, we can give the particular shape of that plant. So we can enhance the appearance of that plant. So that is the aesthetic purposes of pruning. So reduce, maintain tree size and easy cultural practices. So by the practice of pruning, we can reduce the tree size, and it is easy cultural practices. So in this one, easier for hand thinning. So I mean the by the method of pruning, if we reduce the tree height, tree size, then we can do the hand thinning of flowers and fruits. Also easy to harvest. So I mean easily manual harvesting we can do if tree height is short. Better spray coverage. So I mean the on under control trees size, we can easily spray chemicals, agrochemicals, and also better disease control. So these are the purposes. Second, maintain tree vigor and cropping. Renew old fruit trees. Remove unproductive wood. Stimulate production of protein wood. So we can say renew old fruit trees. So by the practice of pruning, we can renew the old fruit tree. That is known as rejuvenation. And remove unproductive wood. I mean, the some branches are not productive, no flowering occurs, no fruiting occurs, so that part we can remove. And stimulate production of fruiting woods. So spurs, birds, all, if we increase, then fruit bearing area will increase. So automatically production will increase. Then improve fruit quality, may increase size with proper thinning. So I mean the pruning, by the practice of pruning, if we reduce the size of tree, so we can easily do the thinning. Improves color development. So in this one, I told you, if we do the pruning of fruit trees, so air and light can penetrate. So light will helpful in the photosynthesis process, and air that protect the plant from the, we can say, the disease infection, because sometimes too humid environment and too dense a canopy, then we will notice the powdery mildew disease. So we can open the canopy so air can penetrate, protect the flowers, fruits, etc. from the infection of powdery mildew diseases. Penetrate inside, that will improve the color of fruits. Strengthen limbs. So photosynthetic food material used for thickening branches when growing points removed. So we can say when unnecessary part be removed, So all stored photosynthetic, I mean the food material by the process of photosynthesis that will utilize for thickening of branches and less growth in height or length, tree able to support heavy crop load. So I mean the if strengthening the limbs, then in case of the heavy fruiting, tree will able to bear the heavy crop load. Maintains fruit interior. So highlight allows for flower bud initiation and differentiation. Hello everyone. Today I am here to discuss the principles of training and pruning. So actually majority of people understand training and pruning are same things. But no, training and pruning is totally different. Training is required at initial stage and pruning is at later stage. And in terms of the objective, training and pruning objective is totally different. So all these things will be discussed in next slides. What is a training? So training is a relatively new practice. In this, tree growth is directed into a desirable shape and form. So we can say in training, tree growth will give the desirable shape to develop good framework of a tree. Why we need tree training? So why we need tree training? So many reasons of this. So now we are discussing one by one. One, to give desirable shape or to develop good framework. So this is a prime objective to give a desirable shape of a tree, either ornamental plant or fruit trees. So especially training and pruning is very important for fruit plants. So to give desirable shape or to develop good framework. So develop good framework, it means it requires at initial stage. Number two, retain 3-4 scaffold branches for strengthening the plants. So we can see the bean, then we transplant the young plant of fruits in the orchard. So that bears the lot of secondary branches. But what we have to do in training at initial stage, we have to retain only 3-4 scaffold branches. So in 3-4 scaffold branches, for example, one is in front, another one is the back in opposite direction, and one in left and one in right side. So all 4 branches in all 4 directions. So the reason of these 3-4 scaffold branches for strengthening the plants. So during the peak stage of fruit bearing, so the load of fruits that plant can bear easily. Okay. Then third number, tree is capable to bear fruit loads during the fruiting period. So I mean during the economic period of yield of fruits, plant will be able to bear the crop load, especially during the economic age of the plant. Fourth, most essential at initial 2-3 years or at younger stage. Number 5, to direct the tree growth, and minimize cuttings. Number 6, efficient and desirable way to develop form and structure of a tree. Types of tree training systems. So tree training systems are number 1, central leader system, base or open system, and number 3 is modified central leader system. So basically these three training systems in fruit plants. So before these training systems, we must understand the tree structures. So in tree structures, you are looking the main stem that is growing vertically in upright direction, that is the central leader, and you are looking the soil line. So just above the soil line or soil surface, the root systems. So especially in case of the dicot plants, is taproot systems, and training and pruning is important in dicot fruit plants. So you are looking here the graft union. So in this one, root stalk is lower part and sign is upper part. After that, you are looking on the main pattern is some important secondary branches. So these secondary branches are known as the scaffold branches. And on scaffold branches, you can see the lateral branches, and on lateral branches are fruit, birds, spurs, etc. So that is the area of bearing flowers and fruits. So if you understand the tree structure, then you can easily do the tree training systems. So common fruit tree training systems are open base or center system, and right side one is tall one, that is the central ladder system, and in between is mix of both open base and central leader system, that is known as the modified central leader systems. So you can see here side and top view of trained trees. So top one is the top view. So we can see the in left side is the central leader and right side is open center system. And lower one is the side view of central leader and open center systems. So here in what we have to do in open base system. So when we grow the budded or grafted fruit plants, so after certain height, the main stem, that is central leader, we have to do headed back. So that will stimulate the side growth. So in this, we have to allow 3-4 scaffold branches. So when we will see the top view, then it will is similar like the base or cup shape. So this one known as the open base training system. And last one is the central leader system. So in central leader system, is the main stem, we don't do heading back, we allow continuously growing up, and the side scaffold branches that have retained the 3-4 scaffold branches. So we have to train these lower branches longer, middle one is shorter, and upper top is long. So we can give the pyramidal shape is similar like its own. Okay, so this system is known as the central leader system. Or if we are mixing the both open base and modified central leader system, this is known as modified central leader system. And now in these days, this modified central leader system is very popular and most commonly used in fruit orchards. And what is tree pruning? So pruning is the removal of a portion of a tree to crack or maintain tree structure. So in pruning, just we remove the portion of a tree to correct or maintain the tree structure. So in this one, the fruit plants are two types, deciduous and evergreen. So in deciduous fruit plants, pruning is very important. It's very essential. So some during the dormancy period, some part of the branches we remove. Okay. So we allow that plant for rest, and during the growth and development period, all green leaves do the photosynthesis, and the manufactured food material is stored in the root system as well as the tree trunk and thick branches, thick scaffold branches. So after completion of the dormancy period, the new growth will start. After that, the stored food material is utilized in flowering and fruit set as well as the fruit development. And in case of the evergreen trees, it is not is very important of pruning practices. But the main objective of pruning in evergreen trees just to remove the dead, dry, and diseased branches. So, what is the need of tree pruning? Number one, to maintain the vigor and health of the tree. So, we have to remove the dead, dry, diseased branches to maintain tree vigor and health. Number two, to remove the dry, dead, and diseased branches, open the tree for light and air penetration. So, in some part of the fruit plants is too dense and overcrowded. So, some branches we can remove to open the canopy so light and air penetrate inside. Number four, most essential at later stage during fruit bearing stage. Number five, to increase the yield and quality of fruits. This is also very important reason to increase the yield and quality of fruits. Efficient and desirable way to develop good health and longevity of tree. Pruning objectives. To reduce the potential for tree or branch failure, providing clearance, then reduce shade and wind resistance, maintaining tree health, influencing flower and fruit production, improving a view, or improving aesthetics. These are the prime objectives of tree pruning. Reasons for tree pruning: number one, safety; number two, health; and number three is aesthetic. Safety. For example, any tall tree is growing near your house or building. So sometimes if that branch is growing on the roof of your building and that bears the uh, good canopy on that, so on the leaves during the rainfall, all is wetted, so that will increase the load, or maybe that time is high wind velocity, so sometimes tree is failure and fall down on the house or building, so that can damage. So for safety point of view, we have to remove the some part of that plant so we can reduce the weight or load of that plant. So that is the reason of safety. And number two is health. So in terms of the to maintain the health or vigor of a tree, so we can do the pruning, we can remove the some part as well as the dry, dead, diseased parts of the plant. So we can maintain the health, so that will increase the longevity of a tree. And number three is aesthetics. So in aesthetics, by proper pruning, we can increase the attractiveness of that plant. So aesthetic is especially is very important in ornamental horticulture, especially for ornamental plants, for hedges, as well as for developing the topiaries. So purpose of pruning: reduce tree size and easy cultural practices. So easier for hand thinning, easy to harvest, better spray coverage, or better disease control. So these are the main reasons. Number two, maintain tree vigor and cropping. So in maintaining the tree vigor and cropping, renew all fruit tree, remove unproductive wood, stimulates production of fruiting wood. Number three, improves fruit quality. So in improves fruit quality may increase size with proper thinning. So I mean in some fruit plants that bears the fruits in clusters. So by manual or by chemical we can do the thinning of fruits. So if we decreasing the number of fruits, so that is possibility to increase the size of fruits because the stored food material is utilized to limited number of fruits, so that will be able to increase the size. Improves color development, may reduce yield if severe. Strengthen limbs, so photosynthate, that is the food material, used for thickening branches when growing points removed. Less growth in height or length occurs. Tree able to support heavy crop load. And number five, maintains fruiting wood in canopy interior. Highlight allows for flower bud initiation and differentiation. The principles of pruning: on young trees, dwarf trees, and delays fruiting. Trees left unpruned during developmental years. Fill allotted space more quickly. Do not remove stored carbohydrate in stems. Reduce potential leaf area and reduces root growth. Types of cut. So especially in pruning, two types of cuts: heading back and thinning out. So in heading back, just we can say the shortening of stems. So we can say based on the length of the branches, we can remove the 1/3, 2/3, or maybe two, yes, 1/3, half, or 2/3. So it will depend on plant species to species. So if we are shortening the branch, that is the heading back, or in second one is the thinning out. So in this, if number of branches are more and we want to reduce the number of branches, then we have to reduce the some branches from origin place. So this is a problem in which branches failure. So in last slide we discussed the reason of pruning is the safety. So similar like this, heavy branches due to too much load and high wind velocity, these branches fail to bear loads. So due to branch failures, it can damage the houses, buildings, and other properties. Pruning stimulates growth near the cut. So large cuts, small cuts. So in large branches, we have to make 3 cuts. So you can see in this diagram, branch attachment. So branch bark leads for branch polar regions, proper placement of the branch. So similar like this, first we have to make the cut first, then second cut, and last 3 one, that is the sharp and clean cut. And this is the for pruning. So best cut is in 45-degree angle, and rest 3 you can see the too angular, too low, and too high. So these are not good cuts. And this will be the position of this scapear, how to use this scapear to make the cuts, and effect of wrong and right cuts in terms of the healing. and study of branches on trees. So first we have to study the branches, then we have to decide which branches we have to remove. So similar like sucker rod, we have to remove this. If both branches are closely spaced and growing the parallel, so we have to keep superior and inferior we have to remove. And also you are looking the branch stub. So branch stub we have to remove this also. And you are also looking the rubbing branches. So in rubbing branches we have to keep best one and least one we have to remove. In case of the weak narrow crotches, also we have to remove. Or in terms of the water sprouts, also we have to remove the excess branches. We have to keep one. So canopy is open, and this you can see. Pruning may decrease total fruit yield based on the weight. So by reducing the total number of fruiting points. Fifth one, pruning may improve the fruit set, decrease the leaf area fruit ratio if fruit set is improved. Pruning may improve the quality in terms of the size and color. So water and nutrients per fruit is increased. Maintains vigor of the bearing wood by proper light exposures. Good morning to all of you. Today I am going to discuss the use of color schemes in garden designing, or we can say use of the color schemes in landscaping or landscape designing. So we can say colors plays very important role. Colors plays the vital role in garden designing, because in garden designing aesthetic value is the prime objective to develop the gardens, or in landscaping until the that area not appealing the attraction of the visitors, then our objective is never fulfilled. So we can say in the garden we planting the ornamental plants that blooms beautiful flowers, various colors flowers, red, pink color, yellow color, orange color, mauve colors, purplish colors, white, creamy white color, bicolors, and even the some multicolors. And also these not only beautiful flowers but ornamental plants are also have the beautiful foliage. Here I would like to give you examples of, if you have seen crotons, if you have seen acalyphas, Also, if you know variegated ficus, so various kinds, and even the if you know the alternanthera, irisine. So these plants have the colorful foliage. So in ornamental plants, plants have beautiful flowers, beautiful foliage, and also those plants they have beautiful foliage as well as the beautiful flowers. Also the plants have beautiful canopy, architectural stem or tree trunk, or also the some plants bears the very attractive colorful berries or fruits. So they add the beauty of